Hi, everyone. Welcome to Decision Day here on Lay Lake. I'm Robbie Floyd, joined by Kay Donaldson with the Alabama Bass Trail. This is the final round of the ABT South K, and they are going to decide amongst themselves who is the best of the best. And we have a tight field over the top in Angler of the Year. The top 6 only separated by 35 points.
You know, and we've seen jumps up to 80 points in these last tournaments. And, you know, Lay always gives us a few tricks. You know, the water, the lake is full right now. We've got rain coming in. Are they going to pull water? Are they going to, how many turbines are they going to turn on? All that's playing into these guys' minds. You know, the night before, nobody was really wanting to talk about it, but you know, all of that's playing into their decisions today.
And big largemouth, big spotted bass as well, but also we're trying to find out who's going to make it in the ABT Championship later on this fall.
You know, you can say Bubble Boy is going to be 76, but really you're looking at down to 100 because those guys from 100th place on up have a great chance of making this championship. It's going to be interesting to see what goes on out on the water today.
Rutland and Carden, they're the leaders. They've won here twice before on the Alabama Bass Trail. Let's find out how they do today.
Morning. All right, folks, Alabama Bass Trail, 5th stop in the South Division here on beautiful Lay Lake, and we are currently following the Angler of the Year leaders, Kobe Carden and Chris Rutledge. Kenneth, fun little boat ride this morning.
Yes, it was.
6 points separate first and second, and then it's 14 points from first to third. It's really anybody's ball game.
It really is.
What do these guys got to do today they've had success on Lay. What do they have to do today to win this event or at least win Angler of the Year?
For today, while they're on the water, they got to put that totally out of their mind that they're in the race for the Angler of the Year.
Sure.
They have to just go fishing.
We know they've got one in the boat, but Kobe missed a big fish. Yes. We saw that fish blow, and you and I looked at each other, and it was just one of those, I mean, it hit me right here. I know what it felt for me, and I'm not even fishing it. That's something else they've got to put out of their mind and be ready to go.
Well, I'm sure that when they took off this morning, they're thinking if they can get off to a fast start, it would really help them as they went on through the day.
Sure.
Missing a good quality bite like that early is going to be hard to overcome, but they're going to have to do it in order to continue to.
It's anybody's ball game. Let's see if these guys can pull it off. You know, these guys have fished together for a long time. It's the best I can remember, so I'd say it's a true definition of a team. One throwing a crawler, one throwing a swim jig.
Yeah, it definitely helps.
Being diverse and what's happened, you've seen Chris run the boat, Kobe run the boat, so it's obviously these guys definitely work well together.
Alabama Bass Trail TV, presented by Phoenix Boats, is brought to you by Bill Penny Toyota, official truck of the Alabama Bass Trail, and by Wind Creek Casino, where you can have your winning moments. There's more to come.
Greg Hackney, 2014 Bassmaster Angler of the Year. Aaron Martins, 2013 and 2015 Bassmaster Angler of the Year. What else do these guys have in common? Phoenix Boats. The last 3 Bassmaster Angler of the Year titles were won out of Phoenix Boats. Coincidence? We think not. Phoenix Boats. Our passion for fishing is obvious.
So our mission statement here at Bill Penny Motor Company is to enrich the lives of our employees and our customers and the communities we serve. And it really begins and ends with people. It started with that kind of philosophy with my granddad and went through my dad. Growing up around the business, I remember being just a kid washing cars and meeting these customers. Now I'm a grown adult and they get to buy vehicles from us and hopefully serve their next of kin for generations to come. For the whole story, visit us at BillPennyToyota.com, where people always come first.
Lights are dazzling, shining bright. The busy hum permeates the air. It's electric. With a dash of spice, you kick up the heat until you're spinning, twirling on your feet. Sweat it out. The thrill of the game, the high of the night. The sizzle of temptation, the intoxication of sensation, and just like that, it's another ending to your glorious, hot Alabama nights. Wind Creek Casino and Hotel in Montgomery or Wetumpka. Find your winning moment.
Let's get down to business. Quiet, you sons of fishes. Now, what?
I'm switching sonar.
Why?
Because now I can see fish swimming live in front of my boat. I even see fish attack my lure. Y'all sonar's just history. I'm out.
I'm with him.
You witnessed the action, the thrill, and the competition of the Alabama Bass Trail. Isn't it time you got involved? Coming in 2018, over $47,000 paid out for each event. No entry fee championship, 85 grand up for grabs, plus a new Phoenix. More than $500,000 in cash and prizes. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Sign up now by logging on to alabamabasstrail.org. The Alabama Bass Trail Tournament Series, presented by Phoenix Bass Boats.
All right, armchair quarterback, what would you throw in this situation? Anything different than what they're doing right now?
It'd be hard to beat what they're doing. I mean, swim jig in this part of the country, they've been doing that here for years. There's a reason why. Really, the whole Coosa chain. Swimming a jig through this grass is just really hard to beat.
Running and gunning. Here we go again.
How about that, big dog? Woo!
Kenny, 2 stops, shallow, grass, frogs, swim jigs. We're not shallow anymore. They have obviously moved deep. Is that shallow water deal done for the day?
You know, I don't know. It could be that they're this close to this area that they obviously have confidence in. They may wanted to just check it while they were here to kind of cover their bases early in the day, make sure they weren't missing out on something that could potentially work really well.
Sure.
There's an activity period this time of year in the morning, and they did fish shallow, got a couple of bites, but that same activity level can happen on these deep water areas as well. You can also see several boats around us that are all fishing shallow grass.
Yeah.
It could be that they figured that the grass has had a lot of pressure. Guys been practicing during the week. You know, this offshore area probably has a lot less pressure to it. Could be a key to them.
So many times these offshore areas are one cast, one angle, and you can fish around it all day, where other competitors could until they get to that one spot and then make that one cast. Those fish don't see a lot of pressure.
Exactly.
This portion of the program is sponsored in part by Sweet Home Alabama, by Garmin, and by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Alabama Bass Trail TV, presented by Phoenix Boats. We'll be right back.
Hey, you know Progressive is America's #1 motorcycle insurer.
Yeah, she does, Pearl. Best bike I ever owned.
No, you're never alone because our claims reps are available 24/7. We even cover accessories and custom parts.
We did get an early start. Took the kids to soccer practice.
You want me to jump that cactus? All right. That lady's awesome!
I don't see a possum.
It's time to take a road trip.
Alabama's got 100 road trips, and some of the best are outdoors, like a trip to Lake Gunnersville, first stop on the Alabama Bass Trail. Catch anything? Nice! Or head to the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, 468 holes of golf heaven. What's the time say?
Best public golf on the planet.
Alabama's got 100 road trips. Plan yours at alabama.travel.
Which one you gonna take?
We'll get back out on the water in just a moment, but right now I'd like to tell you about our host community this week, Shelby County, Alabama. Right here in Calera in Shelby County, Alabama features 4 of Alabama's wineries that are featured on the Alabama Wine Trail. The Patrick family is proud to operate Ozan Winery, family-owned since 2001. A stop by the bistro at Vizzini Farms, part of Alabama's Wine Trail, is always sure to satisfy. Morgan Creek Vineyards in Harpersville specializes in muscadine and fruit wines. And Lewis Lake Vineyard is proud of the fact of every phase of their winemaking is all right here in Alabama. After a day with your family out on the lake, you may want to stop by Bernie's on Main. A great full menu with steaks, seafood, just about anything you can possibly want you can find on the menu at Bernie's on Main in Columbia, Alabama. Thank you, Shelby County, for hosting our tournament this week on the Alabama Bass Trail.
Well, as we've continued to work our way down Lay Lake today, we've seen a lot of fishermen fishing these grass beds, and that's really a productive thing on this lake. It's common knowledge, fishing grass beds, but it also creates a lot of pressure for the grass beds. And we've seen a few fish catches, but they've been few and far between, kind of scattered. And guys are throwing various baits or topwater frogs, swim jigs, both black and white, and also seeing plastics. And you know, the size and weight of the plastic depend on how thick the grass is at the time that they're fishing it. I've seen what looks to be 3/16 to 1/4 ounce, and I've also seen a few guys that look like they're trying to punch the heavier areas of the mat. But there's going to be no wind today. We still got quite a bit of cloud cover. They're predicting some off and on chances of rain for this afternoon. So I would expect a lot of guys will stick to these grass beds, hoping that they'll come across a good group of quality fish. Lots of times in these grass beds, when the fish are actively feeding, you'll actually see the blades of grass twitching as the fish are moving in feeding. So far, the places we've stopped, I have not seen any of that. And that doesn't mean the fish aren't here. It just means they're probably not as active as they are when they're actually feeding. We've just pulled up on this boat and they're fishing river channel edge. You got some standing timber on the ledge itself. So far, everybody we've seen has been fishing grass beds, shoreline grass lines. Something a little different. As soon as we pulled up here, they did catch a fish, put it in the live well, so it was a keeper. So.
Swing and a miss.
You hit you so tight at the boat. Oh my God.
Looks like he had a bite real close to the boat. Fishing a crankbait with the treble hooks, it's really hard to get those fish in the boat.
Kenneth, this morning we spent the majority of the morning watching guys fishing grass.
Right.
Clouds are kind of starting to disperse, fog's going away, sun's up. Now we've found a bunch of guys out here on the main river ledge now. And popular thing that we've been hearing from most fishermen is waiting on the current.
Exactly.
What are we looking at here this afternoon?
Well, the fish on the ledges will feed when there's current.
Right.
And they get opportunities to feed pretty regularly, so when there's not current, it's really tough to catch them.
Sure.
This boat behind us, they've got a late, they're doing late, so they may have a couple hours of decent current, and they've decided to stake out on this spot for that reason. If the current never materializes, then they're gonna really struggle.
Sure.
But they said that they know there's good fish here. If they get the current to turn on, it won't take long to catch the kind of fish they need.
Now, you made a comment to me earlier about the guys that practice during the week. They've been here during the week. They spent their official practice day, Thursday and Friday out here. That current schedule is a little different than what it is come Saturday and Sunday.
It's a lot different. Usually during the week, they'll start generating good, strong current early in the day.
Sure.
So the anglers have a long period of the day with the good current. So as they're moving around different areas of the lake, they'll find good schools of fish, and they'll kind of get the false sense of security that the lake's fishing really well.
Sure.
Come Saturday, when you don't have that current, they'll hit a lot of spots and wonder why they can't catch fish.
Right, because there's no water moving.
Exactly.
Things are just kind of still and stagnant. So as the sun gets higher and the afternoon starts to roll through, we'll see what happens with the current, see if these guys can't catch a few more fish.
Alabama Bass Trail TV, presented by Phoenix Boats, brought to you by Bill Penny Toyota, Sweet Home Alabama, Wind Creek Casino, and by Garmin. There's more to come.
Let's get down to business. What's going on? Quiet, you sons of fishes. Now, what?
I'm switching sonar.
Why?
Because now I can see fish swimming live in front of my boat. I even see fish attack my lure. Y'all sonar is just history. I'm out.
I'm with him.
Greg Hackney, 2014 Bassmaster Angler of the Year. Aaron Martens, 2013 and 2015 Bassmaster Angler of the Year. What else do these guys have in common? Phoenix Boats. The last 3 Bassmaster Angler of the Year titles were won out of Phoenix Boats. Coincidence? We think not. Phoenix Boats. Our passion for fishing is obvious.
So our mission statement here at Bill Penny Motor Company is to enrich the lives of our employees and our customers and the communities we serve. And it really begins and ends with people. It started with that kind of philosophy with my granddad and went through my dad. Growing up around the business, I remember being just a kid washing cars and meeting these customers. Now I'm a grown adult and they get to buy vehicles from us and hopefully serve their next of kin for generations to come. For the whole story, visit us at BillPennyToyota.com, where people always come first.
Lights are dazzling, shining bright. The busy hum permeates the air. It's electric. With a dash of spice, you kick up the heat until you're spinning, twirling on your feet. Sweat it out. The thrill of the game, the high of the night. The sizzle of temptation, the intoxication of sensation, and just like that, it's another ending to your glorious, hot Alabama nights. Wind Creek Casino and Hotel in Montgomery or Wetumpka. Find your winning moment.
Are you done yet?
Does it look like I'm done?
Shouldn't you be at work?
Shouldn't you be what?
Todd.
Hold on.
Your real bike's all fixed.
Man, you guys are good.
Well, we are the #1 motorcycle insurer in the country.
Wait, you have a real motorcycle?
And real insurance with 24-hour customer support.
Well, I retire as champion.
Game hog.
Champion.
All right, hold them up for the camera now. You pull them out. Glue them right here on the camera. That is a good one. That one got you excited, didn't it?
Yeah, well, our first spot, we sat there about 30 minutes for all the boats to run by so we could fish it. It was like Talladega out there.
Good. How was it?
You know, it didn't go as we hoped at our first spot that we thought was going to be the deal. But luckily, we scrounged around right there at the end with like an hour and a half to go, and we caught our 4 biggest fish.
Stanley Fairchild, Derek Percival, come on up here. Boat number 15, come on up, guys. How about a round of applause for them? We'll go ahead and lead off our first pair, because you're going to be clapping here in just a second when you see these fish weighed in. An in-water weigh-in system the whole time. Let's find out. 5 bass for Fairchild and Percival, 15.57, setting the tone. So setting the tone for big bass, 5.56, over 5.5 pounds. Our first anglers come across the stage.
They come in here with 5 fish. I see that. And you know, you had a pretty decent 5, not too bad.
We're thankful to have it.
A little over 10 pounds. You go get your picture taken, 10.61. What were y'all doing today?
Crankbait fishing related.
Cranking. How deep on those ledges?
Anywhere from 7, 8, 15 foot.
All over the place.
Yeah.
So you got 5 bass. What are they going to weigh?
Probably 17, 18.
Ooh, that would take the lead. Our leaders right now, 15.57. It was 15.57. 17.63. Nick Harris, Keith Phillips take over the lead, and a big bass to boot. 17.63. Their total taking the lead right now on a 4.5 pound bass is they're big in this. Sammy Fish, Michael Smith, they got 5 bass in there as well, but a penalty from expired fish. Let's find out. That's going to hurt you a little bit. Didn't like seeing that, but let's find out where you're going to weigh, because you did have a good day. Right now, our leader is 17.63. You're going to be a little shy of that, but way up the leaderboard. 15.55. Drop it down a pound with penalty out there. You had a good day. Congratulations. How about a round of applause? Over 14 pounds. Without the penalty, you had a pretty strong day today.
Yeah, and lost a fish that, you know, probably could have won this deal with. And
really? Tell me about it. What happened?
Chris has got the camera over there, and he'll show you. And it's a place I haven't fished in a long time. Went in there just on a whim. Things were dead. Caught all those fish in the first 2 hours this morning, and bites my bait and set the hook. And he said, "Oh, it's a giant. It's 5.5, 6 pounder." You know, that's all it wrote.
Ooh, y'all had a pretty good day, didn't you?
It happens to be the best day we've had in ABT this year.
Let's find out. That's how I say that. They had a real good day. 14.50, going to move them inside the top 5. How about a round of applause for Team Ashley, father and son fishing? Here it is, boat number 61. They're the leaders in the Angler of the Year, the ABT South. Chris Rutland, Kobe Carton. How about a round of applause? They make their way upstage. 2-time winners here at Lay Lake. Now today, I see 5 bass. I see a pretty good amount of weight. A real good amount of weight, because you're going to move inside that top 5. It looks like 13.07 for Rutland and Carden. So how nervous were you on the water? I know we had a camera crew that went out right off the bat, and they said you didn't catch them right off the bat.
We have so much confidence fishing on this lake that you just never know. Any stop you might make, you're liable to catch 20 pounds. So.
Our lead, 7.63, Stevens and McCaig.
1744. So close. Quarter pounder again. How about a round of applause? You know they want to hear it. Another good day for you guys out there today. Just shy 44, so that's less than 0.2 of a pound.
The 1763, obviously a great bag for here this time of year. Did you think you had it won?
Not really. We thought it was 1 bite short. 1 3-4 pounder. We had one that was 2 1/4 that we couldn't get rid of. And when we started seeing all the weights come in, we thought we might have a shot then.
Harrison Phillips, they win the battle, but you guys win the war. How does it feel to be the South Division Anglers of the Year?
Man, it feels great. This is the 4th year we fished this tournament trail, and I believe we finished in the top 3 or 4 in points every year, and that was our ultimate goal every year. And to finally do it feels great.
Get to fish that Bass Team Championship, Kay, but I mean, you know they had to be a big favorite coming here. They'd won twice before on this body of water.
You know, they're a favorite on every lake we go to, so it's really unfair to kind of single this lake out. These guys are always in the top. We're always writing checks to them, and they represent our trail so well, so I'm excited for them to have finally achieved this. But I wouldn't think this would be the only time they're going to achieve this goal.
No, and they're going to be fishing for that Bass Team Championship as well. Congratulations. We've crowned a champion in the South, but we still have to crown a champion in the North. That'll be next time on Fox Sports Southeast. We head up to Lake Guntersville, the final stop, Alabama Bass Trail, presented by Phoenix Boats. We are going to be at the Big G, and let's find out who wins there. Thanks for watching.